Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Kristen, and I try to make this a pretty chill and relaxed space where we can hang out, do nails, and learn a few things together. Today we're going to be making nails and learning about the 1988 movie Child's Play. If you like this video and you have fun learning with me, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe for more. Oh, and I want to quickly show you the nails I have on. They're just mini stilettos with some generic horror stickers on them. Super easy, very stabby. Anyway, they're cute. Let's get into it. I'm going to be modifying some charms that I got from Aliexpress. As you can see, this is like an off-brand Chucky charm that's actually supposed to be for your shoes, like those Crocs charms. I love using nail charms, specifically chunky ones, and I feel pretty limited in terms of what's available out there for us to purchase. Like you can't buy Chucky nail charms, and I don't have the skills in terms of sculpting those charms, so that's why I get kind of creative and try some weird and new things for what I can do and put on my nails. For anyone who's interested in trying this sort of thing, the gel polish did adhere really good to whatever this rubber material is. Yeah, so the gel polish adheres to it, base coat adheres to it, top coat adheres to it pretty well. So that's good. The knives didn't have as good of adhesion. The gel polish was fine, but the top coat would easily peel off. So, that was kind of annoying, but it still turns out. Okay, so let's get into some information about this movie. So, Child's Play was produced by David Kirshner, directed by Tom Holland, and written by Don Mancini. And the reason I think it's important to mention all of those people is because they continue to be involved with the franchise today. I'm considering doing this video kind of like a series as well. So this nail set is themed based on the first Child's Play, but I would like to maybe do nail sets, based on the sequels. So Child's Play 2, 3, Seed of Chucky, Bride of Chucky, all that stuff. So let me know down below if you like that idea, if you would like to see that, if it's interesting to you. I would love to know. Okay, so the opening scene of Child's Play also sets up his origin story. We've got Detective Mike Norris, who's played by Chris Sarandon. He's chasing down and shooting at the Lakeshore Strangler, also known as Charles Lee Ray, also known as Chucky. Chucky's human form and doll voice is played by the incredible actor Brad Dourif. He's such a top shelf actor. He gives, I don't know if anyone here would know this, but he gives a phenomenal performance in The Exorcist 3. And he tends to show up in a lot of random roles in different horror movies. I'm clearly a big fan of his, and I hope that in future videos I get to talk about him a little bit more. Anyway, human Chucky is shot, and he's running from the detective, and he tries to make an escape into a department store. He's in the toy section, stumbling around, he's injured. He seems to be desperately looking for someone, and we don't know this at the time, but Chucky is deep into some voodoo shit. And he's got some magic that can move his soul into someone else. So realizing that he's about to die, he grabs a good guy doll and performs this voodoo ritual. And it fucking works. He transfers his soul into this good guy doll. Everyone thinks that Charles Lee Ray died in that department store. I'm not going to be going through every scene in the movie. I just felt like that opening scene is so important to the whole movie and the franchise and everything that it would be good to go over it. So yeah, I think now would be a good time to mention that the writer-creator Don Mancini wrote the script in response to the toy boom of the 1980s. The whole look and design of Chucky is inspired by things like the Cabbage Patch Kids and the My Buddy dolls. So yeah, it's not just a killer doll movie. There's also some, social commentary in there as well. It's great. Something that I think makes this film timeless, like the reason why we're still able to watch it and enjoy it today, is because even though the premise is really fantastical, the characters are really, really grounded. They're grounded in reality, and they're good characters. They're fleshed out and you care about them. So let's talk about Andy. Andy is the character of a 6-year-old boy who is absolutely too pure for this world. He's introduced to us while dressed totally like a good guy character and making this really awful breakfast for his mom. It's his birthday, but he's feeding her breakfast in bed. And yeah, it's just so friggin' adorable. The character of Andy is played by the actor Alex Vincent, who was only about 6 or 7 at the time that this movie was made. And that actor continues to show up in a handful of the sequels as they go along. So again, it's super cool that most of the people involved in this movie really care about it enough to keep coming back. Andy's mom is named Karen, and she is played by the actress Catherine Hicks, who some of us may know from her long-standing role in Seventh Heaven. Karen works hard to make ends meet, so whenever Andy, told her he really wanted one of these new good guy dolls that, talk to you and stuff, have, animatronics and shit, she was like, oh man, I really want to get this for you, but we don't have a ton of money. So she's working at her job at the department store, and her friend is like, yo, there's this homeless person out back who is selling one of those dolls that you want. So let's go get it and get a deal. So that's how the cursed good guy doll with the spirit of the serial killer Charles Lee Ray finds its home with this little boy Andy and his mom. So from there, that's pretty much where the killings start. The movie continues. It's pretty damn entertaining. And Chucky even makes Andy take him places. He's like, yo, take me to this old shack on the other side of town so that I can kill my associate. And this kid's just like, okay. A 6-year-old kid. All right, I'll come with you. I'll take you, Chucky, to this dude's house. Sure, it's going to blow up and the cops are going to find me there and they're going to be like, what the fuck is this 6-year-old kid doing at another fucking crime scene? But anyway, it's too cute. And he's like, hey, Chucky's alive. He did it. He told me to do it. And they're immediately like, get this kid in the psych ward. No one fucking believes him. Okay, back to the nails for a moment. So again, if you ever want to try something like this with one of these rubbery material charms, I tried to use Gorilla Glue to see if it would work, but it doesn't. You'll see here in a second. When I pull it up, it doesn't stick even after I left it there for a while. So what I end up doing, which works for me every time, is I put a little bit of base coat on the back of the Chucky charm and then a little bit of base coat on the nail, cured them, wiped them clean, and then put the, I think it's the Makartt Rhinestone glue on. That's what you're going to see here in a second. And that holds it super well. It's very, very stuck on using that method. So if by chance you haven't actually seen Child's Play, we all know Chucky. He's a pop culture icon at this point. But if you haven't ever sat down and actually watched the original movie, I highly recommend. It's a gem. It has aged very well. It's almost 35 years old. Yeah, so check it out. It's Halloween. Why not? I'm going to pop out for a little bit, and when I return, we're going to go over some fun facts about this movie and the making of it.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I don't lie at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I don't lie at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon.
Wow, I'm really going heavy with the top coat. I drenched Chucky in top coat. Obviously, it's a creative decision. You don't have to do that if you try this. I just like everything to be glossy. Changing the main theme color from red to bright pink was kind of a last minute decision. I was picking out some paper for the Cricut, this vinyl, and I picked out the regular red color, but then I saw this really beautiful magenta and thought, hey, let's, change up our theme a little bit. Let's make it this magenta pink. I have a gel liner that's basically the exact same color. So, and I think I like it. I like how it turned out. The only issue is that the vinyl, that magenta vinyl over top of a black nail, it dulls the pink color. So it's not as bright and it doesn't stand out that much. And I really didn't like that. So if anyone, happens to, be a cricketer, a Cricut person, if you know how to put these vinyls onto a dark surface, maybe there's a hack for, keeping the color bright. I don't know. Later, after I was done filming, the next day, I doubled up. I printed out the logo again, and I placed it as closely as I could over top of this one to try to make the color stand out more. And it did a little bit, but not enough, in my opinion. So yeah, what do you think? It looks good, but I wish it had more contrast. I wish that color showed up more true to itself. Okay, I'm going to try to cram in some Chucky facts before this video's over. As per usual, I'm going to link everything, most of the things that I'm using, down in the description. If you have any questions about what I'm doing or what I'm using, please ask me in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. Okay, let's first talk about Chucky's iconic voice. We know it's voiced by Brad Dourif, who clearly had so much fun and still has so much fun being the voice of Chucky, but he was not the original casting choice. So originally, John Lithgow was going to be cast as the role of Charles Lee Ray / Chucky. I could see him doing it, but I'm happy how it worked out. I don't totally understand this part, but when it came time to record Chucky's voice, I guess Brad Dourif wasn't available or something. So they actually had Jessica Walters be the voice of Chucky, and she's from Arrested Development, if you're wondering. And so she was almost the voice, but it didn't really suit, or there was some decision made to bring back Brad Dourif to do the voice acting. Chucky's full name, Charles Lee Ray, is an amalgamation of the names Charles Manson, Lee Harvey Oswald, and James Earl Ray. Next, let's talk about the title. So, obviously, Child's Play is what they went with, but the original working title was Batteries Not Included, and they could not proceed with that because there was another Spielberg production in the works with that same name. So they threw around a couple of other ideas, and a big contender was Blood Buddy, which I just think is so funny. I, low-key wish they had gone with that, but they didn't, because there was like an origin story where Chucky got into the doll by means of some sort of blood transfusion with him and Andy. I don't know. There was like this whole blood storyline, but anyway, it didn't suit the movie, so that title got scrapped. I personally would have loved it if the movie was just called Chucky, because for the longest time, that's what I thought it was called, and I could never remember the actual title of Child's Play. So yeah, I wish it was just called Chucky, but what can you do? The guy who was in charge of bringing Chucky to life, like creating the actual props and animatronics and puppeting and all that stuff, was a guy named Kevin Yagher. And there's a couple of cool facts about him that I'm going to go through. So prior to working on Child's Play, Kevin Yagher did the makeup effects for Freddy Krueger's face, which is pretty cool. And after Child's Play, he worked on bringing to life the Crypt Keeper. And my favorite fun fact is that the Crypt Keeper and Chucky have the same, eye components. So they actually have the exact same eyes. It's really creepy once you notice it. So the last cool thing that I found about this guy was that he actually ended up marrying Catherine Hicks, who is Karen, Andy's mom. Isn't that adorable? And speaking of adorable, I'm really loving how this set is coming together. I love really impractical nails, so don't get at me about how hard these would be to wear. They're just for fun, and I love them, and I hope you love them too. We're going to add a piercing, and I'm going to hang another knife. I wanted all the knives for this set. Okay, last fun fact about this movie. So the doll, the prop of Chucky, I'm not sure what to call it actually. Anyway, it had to be operated by 11 puppeteers. Isn't that wild? And as far as I can tell, when this movie came out in 1988, it was a hit with both audiences and critics. And like I said earlier, I think it really stands the test of time, and I think it's still popular with audiences and critics. Okay, so the nails are done, but the video is not over yet. So stick around just a little bit longer. I'm going to show you and talk about application a little bit, and then we will wrap things up. I thought for something a little bit different, I would show you how I've been applying my press-on nails. I've been using these extra slim glue tabs that I got from Amazon, but you also get these a lot whenever you buy regular press-on nails, but I like making my own press-on nails, so I just bought a pack of these. These are surprisingly strong. I really didn't have much faith in using them, but now that I do, I really love them. They're perfect for me for like a one-day wear. And especially because I'm trying to grow out my nails right now before I start sculpting and adhering nails to them again. I just want to stick to press-ons for a little bit. Yeah, it's like perfect and it's so convenient. And I've also been using those little glue tabs on my nail stand here to actually hold the nails on. Before I was using sticky tack, and like, I hate sticky tack. I don't even like it for its intended purpose. It does not stick or tack as much as it needs to. Anyway, fuck that shit. I don't use it anymore. These glue tabs are life. I knew I would be taking these off same day, so I didn't prep my nail or anything. But for even better adhesion, if you prep your nail, dehydrate it, all that stuff before you apply these, they really will last quite a long time, probably a couple of days if you wanted them to. So overall, I'm really happy with how this set turned out. Only thing I would change at this point was I wish that the word Chucky was more standout. I wish it was more that magenta color. But otherwise, I like it. I like everything. Please let me know your thoughts down below because I would love to hear them. And if you made it to the end of this video, you are amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. It means so much to me. You have no idea. If you enjoyed this video and you want to join me in the next one, please remember to like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Chucky's coming for you. Bye.